Hi, this is G Singh. It's the day right after the event. I want to thank my son, my Qigong teacher, and my training instructors for what you're about to see, because without them, it would not be possible. As you can see in the work this week, or at least this last 2 weeks, I've been working on movement because I'm a big guy and they have me working with very strong, very fast, and somewhat professional fighters who can move very well. And most of the time I get beat because I can't control the actions of the individual based on my lack of movement. Well, finally, I kind of have it a little bit down. I'm breaking into an area where I can actually stay with, or at least time, these faster opponents. Here you see my footwork working pretty good. Also working in conjunction with my hands. Blocking doing well. What does this have to do with Tai Chi? Well, you actually just saw some movements with regard to not a fan through, but also a brush the knee. This happens a lot through this video. I use brush knee techniques very good. You see a Pak Sao with me moving in a Bagua walk to the left or right. You see me using Xing Yi to explode into my opponent, at least with the mind intention, metal coming forward. You also see me staying tight and using off-angled shots. If you're doing Neji or Kwan and you're working with somebody, you have to make sure that you turn your center line away from the person. Also, as much as possible, you have to move your head off the center line, because if you don't, you're going to get hit. Especially with guys with a lot of skill. Professor Lewis, the guy I'm working with right now, who's a professional boxer, middleweight, he has a lot of skill. And when you try and throw a 1-2-3 on a guy like that, when he knows what you got, he makes it almost impossible for you to finish your combinations. So in the first round of work, you normally just work. You try to make sure you see where the other individual's going from. You see if you can get the timing right, and you can avoid his punches. In the second round, well, a surprise thing happened. I did some work based on what Kenny showed me, which is basically moving away from the center line while striking, and also giving as good as I get. Um, what you see right there is a flash trip knockdown. Actually, the coach was basically just caught off guard because I was stepping forward. I struck, his hand was low. I saw that his hand was low, his lead hand was low. So I tried to throw a 2-3-2, a right hand over the hook, over the jab, and it worked. My leg, I tried to make sure my leg was moving forward, and it just happened to hit the outside of his knee, upper part, and that's a strike actually. So he actually came down twice on that one. I don't know if I could replicate that one, but that's what happened. With this, you see an awful lot of blocking. Look at this blocking here. I'm using a lot of angular blocking. My head is somewhat center line because I want to stay focused and I want to see what I'm hitting, and I want to hit his jaw. So again, that's what you saw there, and of course that was a lot of work, working on the double end bag to make sure that my hands were fast enough to catch his hands. Again, you'll see here, okay, being able to actually move fast enough to block his punches. A lot of Zingy, there's a bong style and a ward off. Okay, warding off bong style against his right, and a strike right when he was going to hit me, I hit him back. Again, you see in the cloud hands, see my cloud hands work. I use the cloud hands to confound and also to block incoming strikes. Okay, as long as you don't stick your head down, or he doesn't get off center and catch you like you saw him catch me. Okay, again, we worked. What you see me doing here, I'm working on the outside. Okay, I'm actually developing my game. These first 3 rounds of this 10 minutes, or this is almost 10 minutes of fighting, what I'm doing is basically working on the outside. And this is like really important for my skill set because I'm a mid-range and short-range fighter. So having that, opposed to having my mid-range and my long-range working for me, and timing with a guy like this means that when I go inside, I can have a lot more confidence. What you're going to see here is some trapping. I actually trap his arm and use a chanchi sa, okay? Um, chanchu chi. I'm using the chin style movement that allows me to actually move his body using the silk reeling. You see there's a trapping was an amazing thing. Also, when you're doing that trapping, you have to also include, when you do the uh, chanchu chi of the chin style, you have to actually you have to learn how to step, pivot, roll back, block, parry, uh, intercept, and press, shoulder, push, um, Also, you have to learn, more importantly, to breathe. You have to breathe well. Oh, and you have to roll, bob and weave, bob and weave and slip. If you're not doing all these things when you're thinking about doing your your Nagia Kwan, okay, based on your Nagia Gong, you're gonna get beat up. Okay, this is what you're seeing here in this round is probably the best example of striking and grappling, okay, in a way which is deadly on unarmed combat, on infighting. Basically, almost every single aspect of Nagia Kwan's Ba Men you see us doing. Even though Professor Lewis doesn't even practice Tai Chi, he's doing beautiful Tai Chi here. Again, when the side is empty, a guy side is pushed on, you empty it as fast as you can, okay, without allowing yourself to be hit. Again, you press, and you press. You strike by pressing. Look at this. You have to double up your strikes, triple up your strikes. You have to step forward. You have to split his center. When his center is split, you have to go off center. Look at this. Right there, that was all hit. I was actually practicing on striking and hitting his forearms and his biceps with my forearms and elbows when he was trying to uppercut. Okay, subtle movements to be able to do these types of things. It's really happening. Those are the first 3 rounds of us working. Okay, I had 2 more rounds with another fighter, and then I had him come back. Actually, it was 2 more rounds with another fighter, and then the professor came back in after 4 rounds with other people. Came back in and decided to work me real hard. Um, Notice this, the bobbing and weaving, even in the sixth, seventh, seventh and eighth round. Okay, what am I doing? I'm still bobbing and weaving. Okay, this is really, really important to be able to do this. Okay, being able to see my opponent, being able to slip his punches, making him punch more than he needs to and still can't reach his target. Some of these techniques really should be practiced amongst all of us who practice Neji Kwan. Okay, practice Bagua, Zingi. Because for the most part, if both people are countering, it's very difficult to do Bagua. Because Bagua is supposed to be trying to counter someone who's doing an offensive movement. My instructor does Bagua very, very well, even though he's never practiced a day of formal Chinese training. He actually moves off center, he counters when I come forward, and he makes it almost impossible for me not to come forward. Notice him coming around me, pushing around me. With my motions, though, you see me exploding into him as much as possible, but I gotta feel my way in. Again, with this guy, you just can't explode, you just can't come in. Your punches have to come from different angles. You have to press them. You have to keep your hands and elbows in. Shoulders sunk, okay? Chest sunken. Elbows on the rib cage. Chin down, head up, knees bent, okay? Every time the hand moves, the foot arrives with it. And even then, you're still gonna get struck. You have to have very strong yang motility vessel, which comes from breathing in, retention, closing the anus off, pushing in the stomach, call to the generals, pushing in the stomach, and closing off the esophageal airway. Even with this, you're still going to have to take a lot of punishment. It takes a lot of training to do it. The conditioning that you see with the punches here, this is punching, continuous punching, and then you see a Bagua movement again, him pushing me into the gate because I got not over aggressive. I was working. He just stepped to the side. Okay, emptied the side. I went forward and went right into the whole wall. Then you see me again working, same thing. The pace of the fight, pretty good pace, pretty decent pace. Okay, especially me being a heavyweight. Okay, right now he's teaching me to make sure that I jab my way in, and he's jabbing his way into me. By jabbing, okay, he's bridging, he's maintaining a bridge with the individual that's coming forward and attacking at the same time. The jab should be so much a part of what we do in Neji Kwan. It is popular. It could be thought of as a single whip, but protecting the side which is not moving forward. Again, you see me working. Every time I take a punishment, I got to give punishment. But the professor at the same time, he's learning how to make sure he slips me. It's a constant adaptation when we're working because each time I go in the ring with him, I'm getting better and better. Each time he teaches me more things, he's got to adapt every time I perfect what I'm talking about. Again, even though I'm coming forward, it's not like I'm coming forward dead end. I'm sliding to the left and right, making it very difficult for him to be able to find me even though I'm coming forward. Okay, you see me pushing the hand down, warding the hand off, intercepting. Okay, again, all of these qualities, see him missing there and then me missing there, missing and hitting. The conditioning that you have to work at this pace, is amazing. It's fantastic, and I want you guys to realize in watching this, these fights, these 5 rounds of fighting that I had with this incredible man who's teaching me so much about myself, my conditioning and fear, and then of course Frank Eppolito, my master Eppolito that you see in the background, monitoring all the work. This is kung fu. This is one of the highest levels of kung fu, and in the inside fighting portion of it, it's Neji Kwan. It is really, really hard work, and like it says here, the coach tells me he's such a philosopher, far from what I once was, but not yet what I'm going to be. The Western long boxer, the Tao of the